Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the virtual college fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. And here is our schedule for this morning. We are here in session A1, so we'll start things off and I'll turn it over to Bowling Green University.
All right, and good morning, everybody. My name is Drew Small, and I'm a regional admissions counselor here at Bowling Green State University, recruiting all of our students from the Potomac area, so Maryland, DC, Virginia. So as we get started, we'll talk a little bit more about Bowling Green State University campus, but also the community. If you're not familiar, Bowling Green State University is located right in the corner of Northwest Ohio. Bowling Green, Ohio is actually ranked one of the top college towns in the United States. Two things that we're highest ranked on is affordability and safety. The downtown area is conveniently located about a 5 to 10 minute walk away from the university grounds, where you can get buy one get free burger nights, 35-cent wings, 50-cent tacos. So when you think college town, Midwest college town, that is Bowling Green State University. We have about 20,000 full-time students here at Bowling Green State University. 16,000 of those are undergraduates. This is the first time in over a decade that we've reached over 20,000 students, but also maintaining the highest retention rate at Bowling Green State University in our history. We are ranked #1 in the Midwest for student satisfaction. So students that have decided to go to BGSU, they had to go back and make that decision all over again. More students say they would come to Bowling Green than any other university in the Midwest. Something that we're really excited about, investing in that student success inside and outside the classroom. We have diversity on campus with students from 70 different countries across the globe, 50 states, and about 20% of our incoming class comes from a racially and ethnically diverse background. Now we have a couple unique programs at Bowling Green State University that really draws out-of-state students, but also obviously students from the state of Ohio, one that being an aviation program. We are one of the very few universities in the country to actually have an airport on our campus, and we allow students to fly within that very first semester. We also have a BCI crime lab on our campus offering forensic biology, chemistry, examination. We're one of 4 universities that have an active crime lab at our university where students are having an internship and co-op before they graduate. And then we also have the FLY program. This gives our students an individualized one-on-one tension with a learning specialist, a learning design program, required tutoring for each class that they're taking here at BGSU. So students have a learning difference before coming to campus. We can go ahead and accommodate that, much like a small private institution, but on a medium-sized public university campus. We have some new programs that we're really excited about, that one of those being the Resort and Attraction Management Program. The Resort and Attraction Management Program is really like any other program in the country. We have a partnership with Cedar Fair Company, who owns Cedar Point, located in Sandusky, Ohio. For the first 2 years, students will do their classes on our main campus right in Bowling Green, Ohio. And then for the last 2 years, they'll move to Sandusky, Ohio, about an hour and 15 minutes away from our campus, live right next to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, but also do classes and 2 fully customizable paid internships at Cedar Point. But you can also choose one of their 11 different properties across North America, really specializing in resort and attraction management. Software engineering, digital forensics aligning with our forensic science programs. It's our newer program that has to do with the forensic industry. And then we have a brand new $45 million building on our campus for our Schmidt-Horst College of Business, which we recently also got a $15 million donation to be able to invest in faculty and student success on our campus. Now, we do have over 200 different academic programs. We are the top teacher producer in the state of Ohio. We have one of the top public college and musical arts programs in the country, as well as the largest school of fine art in the state of Ohio. So what students like about Bowling Green State University is not only the diversity demographically, but also the diversity academically for our students. Now, we do provide a deciding student program. Actually, #1 program last year for incoming first-year students was our deciding student program. This allows students to come to Bowling Green State University, identify what their major is once they're on campus, do some professional development, strengths and weaknesses, identify careers that align with those strengths and weaknesses, your passions, and then find a major here at Bowling Green. Inside the classroom, our average classroom size is 24 students. Our student-faculty ratio is 9-to-1, but we still have over 400 student-run organizations, Division I athletics, all your sporting events are free to students on campus. And so inside the classroom, we're having that relationship, or you're able to build that relationship with your professor, mentor-mentee relationships, much like that high school experience where it's a small classroom setting, more discussion-based. We're able to offer that on our campus, but not having to sacrifice all those extracurriculars that students are looking for out of their college or institution. Now we're going to talk about how to apply. We are on the Common Application, but we also have our application through our website. If you choose to apply through our website, we are waiving the application fee until January 15th, 2021. It will take you 10 to 15 minutes. There's no essay, no letters of recommendation. But if you're already completing the Common Application, a lot of times that's more convenient for our students. Once you submit that application, we ask you to send in those credentials. We're requiring the test score, we're requiring the transcript, but we're also test optional for the fall of 2021. So if you do not want to send in that test score, if you're not able to take the test score due to COVID-19, we are making decisions based off just that transcript. We are still able to admit students as well as offer merit-based scholarships to students if they decide not to send in that test score. As you can see, a breakdown between our in-state and out-of-state tuition. We are very, very affordable as an out-of-state institution for students coming from the Potomac area. For students that have a 3.0 GPA, a 20 on the ACT, or a 1040 SAT, they will get over half off their out-of-state fee. Bowling Green State University is ranked #1 in the state of Ohio for value of education as well as affordability. We also have merit-based scholarships that range $1,000 to $8,000, depending on the transcript as well as a test score if the student chooses to send that. Here is, we are offering visit to campus in person as well as virtual. But then if you are interested in visiting campus, either virtual or in person, feel free to reach out to me. Again, Regional Admissions Counselor, email dsmall@bgsu.edu. Thank you so much and go Falcons.
Great, thank you. So next up, we'll hear from the Catholic University of America.
All right, welcome everybody. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Again, my name is Kevin Medina. I'm one of the senior admission counselors for the Catholic University of America, right in Washington, D.C. So a little bit about our own history. We were founded in 1887 by Pope Leo. We are the National University of the Catholic Church, and we're actually the second oldest graduate research center in the United States. We really take pride in the research that our faculty and our students produce and are a part of. And any major across any program at any point can participate in research. So you can really dive in and conduct or participate in somebody else's research with as early as your freshman year. Again, any program across any major. We're on the smaller side, so about 3,300 undergraduate students, about 2,600 graduate and law students. This definitely allows us to have a small classroom environment.
Sorry to interrupt, Kevin. We're
Yeah.
not seeing your screen if you wanted to be sharing.
Oh, really? Sorry. This happened yesterday as well. Can you see it now?
Yep, there you go. There you go.
Okay. Definitely allows us to have a small classroom environment. Average class size is right around 19 students. Student-to-faculty ratio is 7-to-1. About 80% of our students do self-identify as Catholic. That being said, you do not have to be Catholic to attend the university whatsoever. We're welcoming of all faiths, backgrounds, race, ethnicities. Currently, we have students from all 50 states in the United States and about 90 different countries spanning the entire globe. One of the things that makes Catholic really unique is that while we are right in Washington, D.C., in the Brookland community in D.C. and Northeast, we are a very residential campus. If you're on campus, you wouldn't necessarily know that you're right in the city. We are the largest self-contained campus in Washington, D.C., sitting on 176 acres of land, making us the greenest campus in the city as well. Basically, when I describe it to students and say self-contained, I tell them that we are in a bubble and that all of our academic buildings, our dorms, athletic fields, performing arts centers are right on campus. I tend to describe it with that we are a metropolitan campus, but only when they want it to be. You really do get the best of both worlds with a very traditional college campus environment, but then also we are the only university in the city that has its own metro stop directly on campus. So you're just 3 short stops away from downtown. At the undergraduate level, we have 9 schools of study. These are made up of 79 undergraduate degree programs, as well as 60 minors and certificate programs, and a few pre-professional advising tracks, including pre-dental, pre-med, pre-vet, and pre-law. So there's definitely a little bit of something for every student. These can also be cross-referenced across each other as well, so you don't have to just major and stay in your school. You can kind of go between each of these schools. As a part of your application, you're automatically going to be considered for our university honors program. About 10% of our students get selected, and there is no separate application. This comes with an additional scholarship, as well as a variety of other benefits like honors housing, an honors lounge, and honors excursions. And to talk about excursions, we encourage all students to study abroad at some point during their undergraduate career. Studying abroad, education abroad is open to all students across all majors. Yes, that does include our nursing and our engineering majors. Currently, we have about 96 different programs spanning all 6 continents, primarily highlighted by our Catholic University in Rome program, where we have our own flagship campus, which is all taught by Catholic University professors, and you go as a full Catholic University cohort of students. So within our application review process, we're looking for your high school transcripts, 2 letters of recommendation, a common application essay, and then the Catholic University statement. This is optional but encouraged, basically just why you're interested in Catholic specifically. We are exclusively on the Common App, do not charge an application fee. And what we're really excited about this year is that we have gone from test optional to test blind. So we will not be looking or reviewing test scores whatsoever for any student that is applying for both the application review process as well as the scholarship review process. We have 2 deadlines. November 1st is an early action and early decision deadline, and January 15th is a regular decision and an early decision 2 deadline. Similarly to our honors program, you do not have to submit any separate application for our scholarships. Last year, they ranged from $17,000 to $30,000 a year. We do have a few full tuition scholarships that we offer students, as well as if you are part of a Catholic parish, or if your parent, grandparent, or sibling graduated from Catholic, you could be eligible for our parish scholarship or a legacy grant automatically. And we ask all families to fill out both the FAFSA and the CSS profile to be considered for need-based aid. We offer both federal and institutional need-based aid, so we ask that all families fill that out. About 95% of our students do receive some sort of financial assistance or scholarship, and last year was in the form of $60 million in grants and scholarships. So what's next? Definitely stay connected with me as I oversee all of Virginia, medinak@cua.edu. If you're a senior, you can schedule an interview. We have a virtual tour on our website. And I will say that we are actually open and hosting tours currently. So if you're interested in coming to campus and getting an in-person tour, we're hosting tours basically 6 days a week. And finally, follow us on our social media, especially our Instagram @CUA Admission. Thank you all.
All right, thank you. So next up, we'll hear from Radford University.
Thank you, everyone, for coming today. Radford University is located in New Jersey, Lawrenceville, New Jersey. We're about 45 minutes north of Philadelphia and about an hour south of New York City. Gives our students both the opportunity to live within a suburban community and having access to 2 major metropolitan cities. We're also about 10 miles south of Princeton, so our kids enjoy a college town, and about 10 minutes from the Route 1 corridor, which allows them to have shopping, restaurants, as well as job opportunities. Our school is about 3,500 students. 80% of our students live on campus, so it has a good campus feel to it. We began as a business school and graduated to a college and eventually to a liberal arts university. So business is obviously still a very strong major for us, as well as liberal arts and sciences. The sciences have grown on our campus, given our location, as well as the professors who are on our campus. There are 2 major hospital campuses right near us within 10 minutes, as well as 3 major pharmaceutical companies. So both of our business majors and our science and health education majors all have opportunities to do internships and co-ops in those vicinities. Health administration, as well as health sciences, have grown on our campus with the growth of this around us. We're also well known for our arts program. Musical theater and theater are very strong, which is goes along with our location. But we also are part of, or Westminster Choir College is actually part of Rider University. They used to be located in Princeton and have now fully moved onto Rider's campus, which has now just increased the amount of arts that are on our campuses. They renovated buildings in order to make room for the major organ that has been known throughout the music world. Communications is also very strong with our kids doing internships in Philadelphia and New York. We're a Division I school, but we don't have football. Basketball is our big sport, and we've sent men to the NBA, and last year our first woman was drafted into the WNBA, so we're pretty proud of that accomplishment. We have 16 D1 sports. The fall is primarily known for soccer as well as field hockey. Winter obviously is basketball, swimming, wrestling. And in the spring we have golf, tennis, baseball, and softball, among other sports. But if you don't want to be a Division I sport player, we have intramurals and club sports, as well as over 150 clubs on campus. Our students tend to be very active and very involved, which makes for their experience. We are rolling admissions, so if you apply to us within 6 to 8 weeks, you'll have an application. We have an early action, which is November 15th, and those students will hear by Christmas time. We are test optional and have been for the past 4 years. So I, as the reader and the regional representative, will be reading your application. I'll be looking for your grades, obviously your transcript, letters of recommendation, as well as your essay. We take the Common App as well as Rider's application. You're automatically considered for scholarships once you apply. The largest scholarship we have based on academics is $20,000, going all the way down to $11,000 a year. And they're renewable every year as long as you keep a 3.25 GPA. We're in the process right now. It's possible for you to do virtual tours with us, but last week we just started in-person tours, which you can register for. Obviously, we're keeping them small, but we want to have a chance for everybody to see the campus if they like. I hope that you'll come and visit, and by all means, reach out to me should you have any questions.
All right, thank you. And next up is North Carolina State University.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. So my name is Courtney Sola. I am an assistant director here in NC State's Office of Admissions. So thank you so much for joining us today. So NC State, or North Carolina State University, is located in Raleigh, North Carolina. For those of you that may be a bit unfamiliar with our location and our state, I personally think North Carolina is the best state out there. I'm born, raised, absolutely love it. But one thing that I do love about North Carolina especially is how geographically diverse our state is. So we have the coast of North Carolina on one end, the mountains on the other, and then right in the middle you'll find Raleigh, North Carolina. So Raleigh is the capital city of our state, also the second largest city within North Carolina. So we do like to say that our city does provide a lot of different social, professional, and research opportunities for our students. And of course, as all of those opportunities are present in our city, they're also present on our campus. Now, when it comes to opportunities that we are able to afford students, we do offer great professional development opportunities, not only through our institution and our Career Development Center, but we'll also offer professional development opportunities within your individual academic college. And what's so great about those opportunities is that they're really tailoring their experiences to the industries that students will eventually enter at NC State. So one great example of this is our College of Engineering. So twice a year, they'll host a 2-day job and internship fair where they'll fly in hundreds of companies across or from all around the world just to come speak and talk to our NC State students. And it's actually the largest job and internship fair for engineers on the entire East Coast. So once again, great professional development opportunities. In addition to encouraging our students to get involved outside of the classroom professionally, we also encourage students to get involved outside of the classroom through undergraduate research. So NC State is a research-intensive institution. We are one of the 2 R1 institutions within our state, and we're also located in the Research Triangle Park, which is the largest research park of its kind. So undergraduate research is a really big part of our identity here at NC State, and we do incorporate some component of research into every student's curriculum, regardless of what their discipline is. And our hope is that once you get that exposure to research within the classroom, you'll really be motivated to pursue and continue your research outside of the classroom alongside other students or faculty members. To continue to enhance on your undergraduate experience, we do offer a variety of different study abroad programs. So with our study abroad programs, we offer over 200 different programs that touch about 90 different countries. One thing that I do love about our study abroad office is that we work hard to match you with the best fit study abroad program that's not only going to allow you to bring transferable credit back to NC State, but also allow you to immerse yourself in an environment and in a culture that really complements what you're learning in the classroom. So a great example of this is our NC State European Center in the Czech Republic. So we really encourage our students, our architecture students, or any students in our College of Design to join our European Center in Prague, just because Prague is really known for being rich in architecture. So once again, it's our intentional way of making sure, once again, not only that your courses transfer back, but that the culture you're immersing yourself in really does complement what you're learning in the classroom. And then last but not least, the most fun part about being a student is, of course, being involved. Now, NC State is the largest institution in North Carolina. We proudly serve over 36,000 students, and about 24,000 of those students will be in our undergraduate population. And really, in order to make our campus feel a lot smaller for our students and to help students find their niche and find their community, we offer over 700 different student organizations to be involved with. And those organizations range from every single area of interest possible. So once again, that's our way to really help our students find their community once they're at State. And then, of course, you guys may know State because of our stellar academic programs. So we currently offer over 100 different majors that span 10 different academic colleges. Now, yes, we are most notably known as a STEM institution, especially with our College of Engineering, but I can promise you we're not STEM exclusive. So we offer a great College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Our Poole College of Management is where you'll find all of our traditional business degrees. We offer a great College of Design, as well as the largest College of Textiles in the nation. So once again, not STEM exclusive by any means. Now, the most important thing to know about NC State and our application process is that we are a major dependent institution. And as a first-year student, you will be applying directly to your academic program of choice once you apply to NC State. And all of our first-year students do have the opportunity to list up to 2 majors on their application to be reviewed for admission, as well as be admitted into either of those programs. Now, when it comes to our application process, you need just a few items for your application to be considered complete and be reviewed by our Office of Admissions. So our application is available on either the Common Application or Coalition application. In order to complete your application, you do need to submit your $85 application fee as well as your official high school transcripts. And for the fall 2021 applicants, we are test optional. When it comes to application deadlines, we do offer early action and regular decision. So our early action deadline is November 1st, and our regular decision deadline is January 15th. At this time, our campus is not open for campus tours, but we do encourage you to visit us virtually. We offer one-on-one virtual appointments as well as a variety of topic-specific information sessions for all of our students. And of course, if you have any questions after today, always feel free to email us at undergrad-admissions@ncsu.edu, and we are happy to help and answer any questions. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Great. And next up is the University of North Carolina, Asheville.
Morning, guys. Thank you for joining us for this brief session. I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the schools in the mountains that Courtney mentioned just a second ago. So I work at University of North Carolina, Asheville, and we are the Liberal Arts and Sciences institution for the UNC system. We are the 7th ranked public liberal arts and sciences university in the country. And part of what that means is that we are able to offer students a private school education for a public school price. One of the things that we focus on at UNC Asheville is interdisciplinary engagement. So we are working on making sure that our students are able to think critically, collaboratively, and creatively within and between disciplines, because in an increasingly interconnected world, nothing happens in a bubble. And we want to make sure that we're making you the best biologist you can be by ensuring that you're able to have informed conversations with a sociologist. So a lot of the way that we are able to accomplish that is because we are an exclusively undergraduate institution. And so our campus of 3,600 students is one of the smaller institutions in the UNC system, and we are exclusively undergraduate. And so we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, an average class size of about 20. So we don't have a back of the class at UNCA. And because we are undergraduate, you are not competing with master's level students or PhD candidates for internships or opportunities to conduct original research. Additionally, because we don't have lecture style classes, we don't have a back of the class at UNC Asheville. And so from the first semester of your freshman year, your professors are there working with you, getting to know you in small class sizes, and they are committed to helping you find your calling, even if you're not sure what that is yet. I did mention that you're not competing with postgraduate students for access to opportunities to do research. Even though we are not big enough to be an R1 institution, we did found the National Conference on Undergraduate Research. And so we have about 70% of our students complete original research while they're at UNCA. A variety of opportunities are presented to our students through that program. We have students publish every year. We have students present at the National Conference, and we hold the National Conference once about every 10 years because we are the founding institution. And then sometimes students are even able to profit from their research. So it's a really robust undergraduate research program that we're really proud of at UNCA, and many of our academic programs will incorporate research into their course of study. And so you'll see here a list of majors. We have over 30 programs. I want to point out just a couple that draw students from all over the country. Those are going to be our atmospheric science program. We have a really great working relationship with the National Climate Data Center, which is headquartered right here in Asheville, and with our local news station, WLOS. So regardless of whether you want to pursue climate science or broadcast meteorology, there are a lot of really great opportunities for hands-on and experiential learning as an undergraduate student. Additionally, even though we are a liberal arts institution, we do have several really strong science programs, including 2 engineering programs in partnership with North Carolina State. And so one of those is a mechatronics engineering program that is 4 years on UNC Asheville's campus, but it is a dual degree program. And so when you graduate, your degree will say North Carolina State and UNC Asheville. Additionally, we have a 2+2 partnership program with students where students are able to go start here at UNC Asheville and then transfer to NC State to finish out their engineering specific coursework. We also have a music technology program that draws students from all over the country that is complete with a full recording studio that is on our campus. One of the other things I would like to mention just really quickly is that we don't have an education degree program. Instead, we offer a teacher licensure program where students who may not want to be in the classroom for their entire career can start and major in their content area, and then we'll put them in the teacher licensure program so that when they graduate, they are fully qualified to teach, but they have a little bit more flexibility if they decide they want to change career paths a little bit later on. Outside the classroom, we have over 80 clubs and organizations you can get involved in. We also have a 16 Division I varsity sports, a variety of club and intramural sports, and a very actively engaged student body. But when students want to go off campus, we live in one of America's great small cities. So the best of what Asheville has to offer in terms of the small town comfort with a locally minded and community oriented area, and also a small city with all the access to resources of a big city and no traffic is available to our students. And the heart of downtown is less than 5 minutes from our campus. And even though freshmen are allowed to have cars on campus, students are able to ride the city bus for free. And so the best of what Asheville has to offer is super accessible to them without even having to drive their car off campus and pay for parking. So we are in one sense 5 minutes from the heart of downtown, but then on the other side, we are 10 minutes from the Blue Ridge Parkway. And so those beautiful mountains that I cannot express how beautiful they are in a short Zoom meeting are super close for our students as well. And we have hiking, biking, camping trips just about every weekend that students can go on either through our student rec center, or they can rent equipment and go on their own or with a group of friends. And so there's a very active on-campus community, but lots of opportunities available to our students off campus as well. Additionally, we do require first-year students to live on campus, but they are not required. We have all suite style housing, excuse me. So no shower caddies, no need for sharing a bathroom with 30 other people. We will only be sharing with 3. We are a Common App school, and our regular decision deadline is February 1st. I'll make sure I leave my contact information up so that you guys can reach out to me if you're interested in talking a little bit more about early decision, which is a binding application, but we'll give you opportunities to be able to have a decision a little bit earlier. We also are test optional, and please feel free to join the conversation and reach out to me to learn more. Thank you so much.
Great, and our last school for this 6x6 session is Radford University.
All right, good morning. So my name is Jared O'Flaherty, and I am the Regional Assistant Director of Admissions here at Radford University. Radford University is located in Southwest Virginia. We are tucked away in the Appalachian Mountains, and collectively we have a student body of 9,335, more closer to 9,400 at this point. Almost 1,000 of that is actually graduate or doctoral students. So the majority of our student body are actually undergrad, which actually helps just lend itself to the ability for you to become more immersed and engage with people that will be in your age range. 57% of our student body is female, 43% are male. Big thing that we're very proud of is that 32% of our population, about a third, are first generation students. And so they're actually the first people to ever choose to go to college in their family. And that's something that we take great pride in. In terms of our academic programs, we have quite a bit to offer. Our average class size is 29 students with a faculty to student ratio of 16:1. Fun fact also is that we have less than 3% of our classes taught by graduate assistants. The majority of our classes are actually taught directly one-on-one by our faculty, who are all experts in their field, have years of experience. And so that's nice. It gives you an opportunity to really become, again, engaged with our faculty and learn from the professionals that are on campus. In terms of the different programs that we have a variety of different opportunities for you. Within each college, we have different specializations. The Artist College of Science and Technology is really cool. It actually has a drone lab in it where we have designed, programs to help people that are maybe interested in geology or computer information technology. And they can use these drones in correlation with the program that they're studying. Because we are in the Appalachian Mountains, a lot of geologists in the past have had to rock climb and put themselves in actual physical danger. And now we've gotten to a place where they can use these drones to scour the area, look for the specific minerals and rocks that they're doing. It's really quite fascinating. We also have a war room where our cybersecurity students participate in national competitions. The College of Education and Human Development is where our teaching program is located. And Radford was actually founded in 1910 as an all-female teaching school. We became co-educational in 1972. And so teaching is one of the pillars of our university. And so our teaching program it's got deep roots. Our College of Humanities and Behavioral Sciences is where we have the majority of our undergrad programs. Actually, our psychology is there. Our criminal justice program is there, which actually has a forensics lab that comes along with it. We also have the third largest Starbucks on the Eastern Seaboard on a college campus located in that building. It's actually quite deceiving how big it truly is. Our College of Visual and Performing Arts Center is available as well, with opportunities to showcase your work in a life-size, real art gallery if you're interested in doing things like that. Our Davis College of Business and Economics is also a great opportunity. It's actually the building that you see right here in front of you. We have a stock exchange that is run by our students and overseen by our faculty. And over the course of the last 10 years, they've raised over $2 million through investments and things like that. We also have boardroom settings and a fully built courtroom. So for people that are interested in pre-law, this is a place where they can go and do that. Our Waldron College of Health and Human Services is where our nursing program is listed. We are ranked consistently as one of the best nursing programs in the state of Virginia. We have a consistent passer rating of 99% on our boards for our students that go on to become RNs. We also have one of the largest cadaver labs on the East Coast. So when you go through our program, you actually get to use real life cadavers to better understand the human body. So here is just a little bit more breakdown of some of the programs that we offer. One of the nice things about our programs is actually you can double or even triple major in things. So if you have an interest in more than one field and you'd like to pursue it, you actually have the opportunity more often than not to do something like that. And so this is also found on our website. You can go to radford.edu and you can find all of the different programs that are listed and available. In terms of resources in campus life, there's quite a bit to choose from. We are a Division I NCAA university. Basketball is king on campus. We have had people in the past be drafted in the NBA. In fact, most recently we had one of our seniors go off to be a Boston Celtic, which was really awesome. 300 plus student organizations. What's so awesome about that is actually the fact that if you see something that's missing on campus, and that's one of the things that makes this so great, you can actually create your own club, which is amazing. You can actually have the opportunity to do that. We are test optional, so if you are interested in applying, the deadline is still November 1st priority, February 1st normal, and you can test optional. All we need is your application through the Common App or radford.edu/apply, and there is no application fee. Here is those interesting things for you if you need them. And then lastly, here is my contact info if you need to reach out to me.
All right, so that is all of our presenters, and now we have a few minutes left at the end of the session for any student questions. And I'm going to, while we wait for a few of our questions to come in, I'm going to invite all of the panelists to turn on their videos, and we'll just go in presentation order. I want to ask all of our panelists just to share something that's special or unique about their school, whether it's a fun tradition, something that you didn't get to during your presentation, just anything else that you'd like to add in these last couple of minutes as we keep an eye on the Q&A box for questions from our students. So first up in presentation order will be Bowling Green.
Yeah, so something that's unique or a tradition that we have. First of all, we are the only Division I school to have orange and brown as our school colors. The Cleveland Browns are actually orange and brown because of Bowling Green State University. But we have two mascots, Freddie and Frida Falcon, they're brother and sister. And for the 4 students that are the mascots, it's a complete secret for the entire year. And then at the end of the year, they do a beheading. Don't worry, it's not a real beheading. They just take the masks off at one of our, it's either at a basketball game or one of our Division I men's ice hockey games. And then the whole student body sees who the 4 students were throughout the entire year. So it's a huge celebration on campus. Typically those students are well known by the student population. And yeah, we take our orange and brown very seriously here at Bowling Green.
Hi, everybody again. One thing that, again, to reiterate, for students that are looking to be kind of right in our nation's capital, Catholic University definitely offers all of those opportunities with internships, research, and all of the things, just like I said, being within the city, but not having to be right in the middle of the city. But one thing that I always like to point out is kind of a unique fact about Catholic University. While we are Division III, we were actually the 2nd ever champions of the Orange Bowl in football. So like I said, always just a fun fact to throw out there. And we have a nice plaque on our football field that we won the second ever Orange Bowl for football.
Yeah, probably my favorite activity at Ryder occurs in the fall, and it's called Cranberry Fest, which is a big festival day on campus taking place in what you can see behind me, the big area on campus. We were named after Andrew J. Ryder, obviously Radford University, who was a cranberry bog farmer in the area. So cranberry is our color, and cranberry is the big fruit as far as campus goes, topped off by an ice cream, which is specially made for Ryder, vanilla-based ice cream, with chocolate chips and cranberries.
So I want to take the time to talk about my favorite location on campus, and it's kind of 3 locations into one. So I'll start with right behind me. So this is Wolf Plaza, where we have all of our really cool wolf statues. But this is a great space for students. It's always very lively. Skateboarding outside of this area is a really big attraction. But what I love about Wolf Plaza is that it then leads into our free expression tunnel, which is a tunnel that runs under the railroad tracks on our campus. But with our free expression tunnel, it's an opportunity for all of our students to freely express themselves. They can paint all the walls of the tunnel for whatever they want to, express, whether it be promoting a big game that's coming up, their club or organization. Right now, all the walls in the tunnel are filled with voting reminders for students to register. So it's just a great, vibrant space on campus where you walk through that tunnel and it's just so much to look at. And it really speaks a lot to where our students' interests are and who are our students. And then on the other side of that free expression tunnel, it leads out into the Brickyard, which is just another beautiful space on our campus. So I definitely encourage you guys to Google the free expression tunnel. It's really cool. And definitely when you have the opportunity, come to our campus and check it out.
Cool. Okay, well, I will talk a little bit about my favorite tradition on UNCA's campus, and it's called the Turning of the Maples. So because we live in Asheville, we draw people every year from all over the world that will come and see what we call Peak Leaf Weekend, when most of the leaves have changed and are like their most beautiful, vibrant colors. And so during that kind of season, during Peak Leaf, on UNC Asheville's campus, we have what's called the Turning of the Maples. And so some of our scientists and environmental studies students will look at the leaves on the trees in our quad and figure out exactly when they will be at peak leaf. And then there's a celebration. And so all of campus classes stop and operations kind of cease so that everybody can go out to the quad during peak leaf to celebrate the turning of the maples. And there's apple cider and pumpkin bowling. And it's like a whole festival kind of dedicated to stopping campus at a really stressful time and just appreciating the beautiful space that we live in and get to call home. And so we are close to peak leaf and we are open for small, safe, socially distanced on campus tours. So if you're able to register and come down, this is the best time of year to do it.
One of the coolest things that we do here at Radford is our mascot is the Highlander, and so we have a lot of Scottish heritage kind of infused into our culture and our campus. And so we actually have the Highlander Games every year here on campus, which is really cool. People come from all over the country to compete. They have all the traditional competitions, including like the log flume, where they have to carry the giant tree log and carry it and then toss it. Bagpipes, we've got just about everything you can think of, and it's really a fun time. And our Highlander mascot's out there, and what's neat is actually we have bagpipes at every sporting event as well. So if you ever come to one of our sporting events, you'll hear people playing a bagpipe, and it's really fun. And so that's a big part of what we do on campus. It gets people really excited. And actually this upcoming weekend is supposed to be homecoming weekend, which is usually a pretty big deal. And, you know, there's a lot of festivities that usually go into that. And, but yeah, so Highlander Games is always a big part of our year.
All right, so with that, it looks like all of the questions in the Q&A have been answered as well. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up for this 6x6. Thank you to all of the panelists and students for joining us this morning. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And also, this is just one of many different sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. We have another one starting in just about 15 minutes. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. So thank you again to our panelists. I'm sure I'll see some of the students in about 15 minutes. And for everyone else, have a great morning.